Hello everybody, hope you are doing well. In today's video we are going to be implementing the add gender view, which is this view, so hope you find this exciting and let's start coding. Okay, and first thing, let's start by creating add gender view. So in our authentication folder under view, let's create a new file from template. It will be a SwiftUI view and let's call it add gender view. Okay, perfect. And as always, let's start by passing the view model. So add bindable private var view model of type login view model, and then our initializer because it's private. So self dot view model equal bindable wrapped value of a view model, and we need to add the missing argument to our preview. So here let's add login view model. Okay, perfect so far. The second thing I want to do is to be able to go to my add gender view from my add age view. So here when I click on next, I want to be able to go to my add gender view. So here we will add gender view and we will pass the view model, and of course we will hide the back button. So dot back button hidden, or navigation bar back button hidden. Okay, this should be perfect so far. The second thing I want to do is, as always, I usually got in view model something like email, password, full name, birth date. So now I need for this a gender. So var gender, that will be a string, and it will be by default an empty string. Okay, that's the first thing I want to do. Then let's start implementing our add gender view. So as you can see, this is a VStack. So let's start by creating a VStack with a spacing of 20. And before we start implementing this, as you can see, we got this toolbar. And to see our toolbar, we need to place our add gender view inside preview, inside the navigation stack. Okay. Then we will go to our add age view, and I'm going to take the dot toolbar because it's very similar. So I will add here dot toolbar. Instead of number of screen 3, I will make it number of screen 4. And instead of making birthday empty if I go back, I will make dot gender empty if I go back. Okay, so now if and I need add, we are using dismiss, so I need add environment slash dot dismiss with private var dismiss. Okay, and this should be all to have the toolbar working. Okay, perfect, as you can see. Now let's start implementing it, and first thing we got this text. So we got text, what's your gender. It got a font of dot title 2 and the font weight of dot semi bold. Okay, perfect. I will after that add a spacer to take it to the top, which is perfect, and I will probably add a little bit of padding of the top. Okay, perfect so far. Then we got this text, so let's write it. So text this help us find more relevant content. We want show it to your profile. Okay, I think it's this, and for starter we got a little bit of padding, so I will apply a padding on my entire VStack. Okay, perfect. Then I will give it a font of .title free. Okay, perfect, it's good looking. Then we got this button, and it's clearly going to be a reusable button, but let's start by creating a button with action and label. Action will be empty for now. For label, it's text female. It got a font of headline, a font weight of semi-bold. And let me check what else. Okay, I think a foreground style of black, I think. Let me check. Okay, and the background of color system gray 5. Okay, and I wanted to take a width of 0.9, the whole width of the screen, so I will need a geometry reader. So to do so, I will embed this VStack inside another VStack. I will call it geometry reader with proxy in, and now I can give it dot frame with width and height. For width, proxy dot size dot width multiplied by 0.9, and for height it will be 60. So this should be looking good. And finally I can give it a clip shape of a rounded rectangle with a corner radius of 30. I will probably give this a padding of dot bottom, so this go a little bit to the bottom. Okay, which is perfect. Okay, and when I click on this, there are a few things to keep in mind. If I click on female, as you can see, I go to the next screen. Okay, and there is a few problems. Usually in our app, for example, in add age view, I got a button that says next, so it's a navigation link. I click on it, I go to the next screen. But the problem here is that before going to the next screen, I need to make the view model.gender to be equal to the new value. In this case, it will be equal to female. To do so, I cannot do it with the navigation link. I need to use the navigation destination. So in other words, when I click on this button, I need the view model.gender to be equal to female. That's the first thing. And the second thing, I want to go to this view. And to go to this view, I cannot use a navigation link, so I'm going to use a navigation destination. And the navigation destination, if I go now and check what is a navigation destination, let's say here, dot navigation destination, as you can see, we got is presented that takes a binding boolean. So I need to go to my view model here and add a boolean. So var is navigation active, and it will be a boolean by default equal to false. And here in is presented, I will give a $view model dot is navigation active, and for destination, for now let's write just a text that says I don't know what is the next view, so country view. Okay, country view. Okay, and when I click on my female, because I need to go there, I will make the navigation active equal to true. So view model dot is navigation active, will be equal to true. That way, when I click on this, I should be going to the next one. So if I click on it, as you can see, I go to the country view and I can go back. But there is a little problem also. If I now go back, as you can see, the female button becomes red, and this one with the background red, and this one and the text is white because it's selected. So I cannot keep this foreground style, for example, equal to dot black and the background equal to system gray. I need to check if the gender is equal to female. So in other words, I need to do a test. If view model dot gender is equal to female, which is this one, in that case it will be equal to dot red, else it will be color dot system gray 5. So now if I click on female and go back, as you can see, it becomes red, which is perfect. The second thing is also I need the foreground style to become also white. So here I need also to do the same check. So if view model dot gender is equal to female, in that case it's equal to dot white, else it will be dot black. So let's check it. If I click now on female and go back, as you can see, it's red and white, which is perfect. Okay, it's working perfectly. The second thing I need to do now is, as you can see, I got two buttons that are very similar. So what I just implemented needs to become a reusable component. So I will click on my text, I will do extract subview, and I'm going to do refactor rename. Okay, let's call it gender view, or call it whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. And first thing I need, instead of female, I want the name. So var name of type string, and it will replace female by name. The second thing is, instead of view model.gender, I need at binding var gender of type string. I will also pass this. So instead of view model, I will test if gender is equal to name. And same thing here for background. Also I will test if gender is equal to name. And finally also I need the width, so I will need also to pass the width. So var width of type cg float, and instead of proxy.size.width I will just use width. Okay, perfect so far. Now I need to add the missing argument. So instead of name I will pass female, instead of gender I will pass dollar view model dot gender, and instead of width I will pass proxy dot size dot width. Okay, and hopefully now everything is still working the same way as it used to work before. So if I click on this, when I go back, it's selected, so it's perfect. Now all I need to do is copy this button 2 more times, and instead of female here it will be male, and I will pass male as name. And for the third one, let me check what's it's called, specify another gender. So specify another gender, and I'm going to pass this. Okay, perfect. Now if I click on female, I find female selected. If I click on male and go back, I should find male selected. Same for specify another gender. So it's working perfectly, just the way we wanted. So hope you find today's video and hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.